This is the northern walking stick, the longest, slowest, and best camouflaged insect in Michigan. They reproduce in two ways: the traditional method, in this case the horizontal twig tangle, and through something called parthenogenesis, where the mother lays an unfertilized egg that's a clone of herself, also known as virgin birth, like that sandals guy. Whether fertilized or not, the eggs are dropped unceremoniously to the forest floor, and that is the end of the walking stick's parental duties. Deadbeats. The egg is vulnerable to predators and parasites. Being dropped randomly on the ground is not the best environment for the protection and development of the next generation. If this was the end of the story, the walking stick may not have survived as a species. Evolution has landed upon a brilliant solution. At one end of the egg is something called the capulum, a fatty, nutrient-rich deposit irresistible to ants. Ants collect the eggs and bring them into their nest, where they're shielded from predators and parasites. This creates a perfect nursery for the walking stick egg to develop. For some perspective here, ants are ferocious killers. Trusting them as your baby's nanny is like leaving a human baby with a pack of hyenas. It's a wild relationship. The inner chambers and tunnels of an anthill are too small to fit a camera in, but I thought of a way to see what the inside looks like. This is Zeb Deming.
I'll just wait.
From what I can tell, he's led a life guided by a creative imagination that's paired with being hyper-capable, a rare combination. When I had the idea to melt metal and pour it into an abandoned anthill, he was the obvious choice to lead the project. Zeb uses a homemade crucible to melt the aluminum into liquid. Weirdly, it seems thinner than water. He pours it into the entrance of the anthill. It disappears into the tunnel system below. He melts more aluminum and repeats the process. Each time the liquid disappears underground, the structure is much larger than either of us had anticipated. Once the aluminum cools, it's time to dig up the cast and reveal the underground structure. We excavate massive amounts of tunnels and chambers.
Holy cow. Is that all tunnels, or are there rooms in there too?
Yeah, well, there's rooms, yep. Yeah, you can see look at that. Wow.
After the ants consume the capulum from the walking stick egg, the egg is left in a chamber like this. Once the egg hatches, the juvenile walking stick emerges and is not attacked by the ants because it has identical pheromones. It then moves towards the protective cover of the tree canopy, where it grows into an adult. The real take-home message here is how crazy the concept of time is. We experience it when it drags because we're bored, or we panic because we're late for something, but it's this immortal ocean that we all swim in without even realizing it. We can talk about how the walking stick has co-opted the ants to protect its eggs. It's easy to reverse engineer this idea and explain why it works. Something I don't think we can really understand is the vast amounts of time, the incalculable iterations that biology has tried and failed and tried again to arrive at this elegant and sustaining relationship. This connection should not be seen as a single, brilliant achievement of nature, but rather one of a billion failed casts that finally caught a fish. We only see the finished product, but understanding how it arrived at this point is the fourth dimension of reality, which is time, a fundamental dimension to understanding the natural world. Now hit that like button and subscribe, or I swear to God I'll come to your house and do it myself.